Chantel. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my second ever YouTube tutorial, so I really appreciate you tuning in, taking the time to watch, and I would absolutely love it if you could subscribe down the bottom, leave some feedback, or even share this with somebody you like. Tonight I've done a cut crease that is definitely on the green side, as you can see, using a couple of different shadow palettes and a beautiful pigment, which is one of my favorites of all time. Be sure to check me out on my other social media as well. You can follow me on Instagram. I will put my handle down below. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoy. So this is the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer. Some of the products I have today are going to be a little bit on the lower end scale, and some of them are going to be a little bit higher end. I have a couple of different things that are new to me, so I'm excited to try them and let you know what I think about them. So, starting with the light pale, I'm actually going to go through and using a little concealer brush, I'm just going to cut underneath my brow. And just wash the color all over my lid. So starting with the second color, I'm just going to wash that all over my lid. Now I'm going to go through with this brownish red tone, and I'm going to put this all through the socket and actually make my eyes look bigger by extending it up closer to the brow bone. So if you watched my last video, you know why I put eyeshadow quite high. It's basically because I have really small eyes, and I want to make sure that with any looks I do, I actually make the eyes look bigger and make the eyes look more open. Now I'm going to go through with a slightly darker color, and we're going to go ahead and use on a different brush, a more fluffy brush, as you can see. Let's go ahead and go in with this nice little chocolatey brown. That's what we're going to use. It's right here in the corner. And this color is just going to be slightly lower than our initial color, really carving out the eye. So much softer. Now just using a flat brush, I'm going to pack on dark into the outer corner before I start our actual cut crease. So now I'm just going through with that brush that we were using earlier, and I'm just going to fuse the parts between the really dark and the not so dark. I'm not adding anything additional to my brush though. I'm going in and I'm actually going to carve out the inner, say 3/4 of my eye. Downside of sometimes using such a creamy product, as you can see, like it wasn't the neatest application, unfortunately. Okay, so now as you can see, I've carved out both sides. It's a little bit messy on this side, that's fine. That will go ahead and be cleaned up. That's not an issue whatsoever. I'm going to start with the really shimmery shade that I'm going to use. Realistically, I'm probably going to have to come back to this shade at the end, but I just want to start here because it's the color that's actually most important to me. This is the color that's going to make the eye look. So it's a loose dust. It's one of the old ones from Napoleon Purtis. It is called Emerald City. It's a beautiful green, but we're doing a green smoky, so why not? And then going back in with the green. I'm just kind of bringing it down a little bit. And the concealer was still a little bit wet, which definitely helped in me being able to add a really flawless, potent level. So that's gone over pretty much a third. Now I'm not doing a halo eye, but you can see dark green. We're going to do a little bit light and sparkly in the middle. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with one of the shimmer shades from the BH Cosmetics, the 28 foils, and I'm going to choose this kind of outer corner shade. And start our base, and then we'll go ahead and move on to base, liner, lashes, all of that great stuff. So when I clean up my under eye area, I literally just want to make sure that nothing is left underneath the eyes. And I can also make like a nice like sharp outer corner without using tape. Yes. There we go. So I'm going to go and just do a little bit of concealing. And I'm just going to like let this sit on my face before I even move it in. And I'm using NYX Matte Not Flat Foundation. Starting in the middle and then working out. And now going to blend out some of that concealer. You can tell I didn't actually put that much product, but it is a really pretty finish. Still need to do a little bit of concealing, but I mean, considering I think I got it at the Priceline 40% off sale, and I think it was like a whopping, I don't know, $8 or something like that. And I am using a BH Cosmetics brush. It's quite dense. It's the BH 1117 from their Sculpt set. A little bit more with the NARS. And I'm using another one of the BH Cosmetics buff brushes, particularly in a couple delicate places. Oh, too much. Oops. As you can see, this concealer is like super light, so probably a mistake, but at this point I've got to commit. setting with a little bit of powder over the top. And a little bit of Hourglass Ambient Light just underneath the eyes. Contour using the NYX Pro palette. I'm going to go ahead and use the lightest contour shade, but in the warm tone. So I like this because you're literally going, if you look, from warm, cool, in like light to medium and medium to dark shades. The highlighters, to be honest with you, I could probably go without, but I love the contour shades. Tiny bit on the forehead just to add a little warmth. Just using a little bit of the lighter shade too to cut underneath the contour. So it's a pretty simple contour, nothing too extreme, nothing too intense. I'm going to add a little bit of blush as well. This is Flushing from Napoleon Purtis. It is like the most universal blush I've probably ever used. I'm going to highlight using Moonlight, which is a custom cover drop from Cover FX. So I'm actually going to use it a little bit differently because I found this is the way that I like to use this product. I'm going to take a little bit of Moonlight and I'm actually going to decant it to the back of my hand. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. I used this last night on the runway for a fashion show on a couple of Honey Birdette bottles, and oh my gosh, it was insane. So I'm just using this in the same places you would normally put a highlight, but I'm using like what you would normally use for foundation so that I can really blend it into the skin, because yes, I want a blinding highlight, but I also don't want like 2 random strips on my face. Look, that's so, it's so pretty. And it doesn't feel like a cream highlight. So if you feel like you have really oily skin and cream highlights normally aren't for you, it doesn't matter. This isn't like that. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to contour my nose before we go ahead and do a little bit more highlighting down the nose. Now I'm going to go back through because I feel like I need more, and I'm actually just going to apply it directly to the skin. Either I'm going to look awesome or I'm going to look stupid, so we'll see. So at the moment, this is absolutely blinding, so I'm really interested to see what it looks like when I start editing. Because it's giving me like a really beautiful luminosity without being too over the top. Okay, so now on to the final touches of the eye makeup. going to use like the reddish tone and then come back through with that darker brown. I've now realized that I should have done this before I used, you know, an unset liquid highlighter, but I will just be careful. So my mistake, I grabbed the same brush and there is still a little bit of the green left on there. Just diffuse that. Yes. I'm actually going to kind of like blend out this a little bit because you can see how it's a little bit rough on that side. I went off camera really quickly. I went off camera really quickly just to do my liner because I don't have a very good mirror situation at the moment, and yeah, I just realized it did look a bit messy. Just popping a little bit of my blush color, just to kind of like fuse it and soften it. Okay, so the last couple touches of what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter into this cut crease and apply a lip. So we'll start with the lip and then we'll finish with the glitter. Just applied a liquid lip from BH Cosmetics called Clara. So now we're going to add Urban Decay in Midnight Cowboy with their So right now I'm just going to add a little bit through kind of the cut crease area, Urban Decay Heavy Metal Cowboy. If you are a glitter person, this is probably like the most amazing product that you'll ever get. All right, and there you have it. Let's pop out my hair so we can get the full look. By the way, I normally put my hair in pigtails for these videos just because I have a lot of hair, so it just works out easier.
You and me are on the same goal.